Here we are at box number 17, another heavy one. I'm doing a whole bunch of these in a row because I've been, I've made a rule for myself that I can't open a new box, as much fun as that is, until I put away everything that was in the old box. And along the way, I'm making, filing systems and such. But now I really want to get everything out onto the shelves so I can see, first of all, if I need to buy more shelves, but also just then I can start actually making some sense of it. This feels very much like an exposition without a story, so to speak. All right, let's see. Well, I love music paper. I built up a huge collection in high school. And I still like writing music with my hands. I did actually write something, and this is it. This is the thing. This is the biggest thing I ever wrote as far as orchestration. It's basically a very emo 19th century. It's got a little bit of dissonance in it, a little 20th century dissonance in it. But I wrote it in high school. I'm very proud of it. And I have to say, once again, I've said this before, but I'm very proud of it. I have some really beautiful music handwriting. Very legible. Yeah. All right. Huh. Well, that's not what I expected to find. This is this actually? Yeah, this is actually from Germany. I bought these. Let me make sure that I've got. Yep, good focus. There we go. Good enough. Yeah, I got these. I think I actually bought them in Iceland. They're interesting because they are German Jugendlust, German publications, 1938. And I remember I looked through to look for Nazi influences, and I think I had to really squint. There was like one picture where maybe you saw a swastika, but a lot of it is kind of the mythology that Nazis built up. And I mean, honestly, I'm not a student of the time, so I can't say as much as someone else could. I bought these in Iceland, of all places, and Iceland, by the way, still considers. Well, they were ostensibly neutral, although they kind of tended toward supporting the Germans, the Nazis, as I understood. But they were invaded by the Americans, and they consider it an American invasion rather than a rescue or anything like that. Okay, these are some great things. These were, I can tell from the folders actually, this is my high school music. Things that I had written in high school that I used for my auditions. Yeah, again, obviously I could spend a lot of time going through this. A lot of it is basically imitations, neoclassical, a bit of romantic, although my harmonic ability wasn't good enough to do, deep harmonic shit. Deep romantic era shit. More of the same. Wow, this is my early high school stuff. This is starting in 1983. This is a good box. I mean, I've gotten through stuff that is personally interesting. Now on to the generally interesting stuff. And I have to say, that's what's come out of this experience, is separating it between, well, some of it I don't care about that much, and that goes into my bedroom because I don't care if visitors steal, some random book from 1980. But I have things that are like valuable in a general sense and then personally valuable. And I'm not only talking about money, by the way. Like, I consider this is a 1964 fashion catalog. I consider this to be culturally valuable, generally valuable. It gives me great pleasure. But yeah, then there's stuff that has no financial value and probably no understanding to anyone else, but have high personal value to me. And I think that's part of why I'm doing this, to be honest, because I believe the storytelling aspect will let me, I hope anyway, it will let me convey the values of the value in the detritus of our everyday lives, of our ordinary lives. And I consider my life to be ordinary in a lot of ways. All right. I got into computing through the TRS-80, the computer that was made by Tandy Radio Shack, hence its name. I think first came out in 78, which was or maybe a little earlier, which was slightly after the Apple II. But yeah, I really got into 80 micro, although this is from later. But look at how thick this thing is. This was back in the day when they actually printed code for you to type in so that you can make the program run. And God help you if you got a single line of that code wrong. And check this out. This is freaking assembly. Anyway, love stuff like this. All right, this box is clearly a bonanza, so I'll run through it fairly quickly. Old Popular Mechanics. This one is 1929, and oh my God, the ads are just amazing. Okay, 80 micro, bunch of magazines. Let's see. Oh, this is a gay publication from Cincinnati, and I suspect I'll see the other gay publications from Cincinnati in here as well. Yep, indeed. Nouveau, which I worked for, which I helped out with, in fact, some of my writings in here. Oh, shit. 1989. This was, I think, after they'd been out for a year. And does anyone recognize the dude in the bisexual pride shirt in the corner? That's me. Was, let's see, 1989, April, I was 20, turning 21. And I think I have some writing in there. So that's Nouveau. So much good stuff here. Sorry, I'm just taking a minute to... Gay Community News. This was from the March on Washington that I went to. 1987, I went with the Bi folks. Man. Phone sex ads. Dear God. There's some fat stuff in here. Dimensioned is basically a fat admirer magazine. And I knew the woman on the cover. At least I spent a little bit of time with her. Monk is two guys, a couple, who went traveling around America in an RV and just wrote and sold ads. And I became friends with them when they came into San Francisco. And I think that this issue thanks me because I introduced them to a cheap restaurant. This is a great comic series, Pudge Girl, Lee Moore's Further Fattening Adventures of Pudge Girl Blimp. It has nothing to do with, it has something to do with body image, but it's not like a fat admirer magazine or something. I think the rest of these are just Life magazines and similar things, Look magazine, but I think almost all of them are Life. Again, I won't go too much into these because they don't have as much personal value to me. So that's it. Now I got a lot of stuff to pack before I go on to the next one.